Absolutely. I love the Lizzy and Diesel books. I created Diesel several years ago, and he was part of the Plum family and just became so popular that we had to move him out into his own book, Wicked Appetite, last year. And actually, that sequel will be coming out in the spring. So we'll be seeing a lot more of Diesel. The movie is going to be out in January. I believe the date is January 27th, although they've moved that around a little bit. But I'm very excited. I am really looking forward to it. I didn't have anything to do with the movie, so I'm going to be a fan for the first time. I'm not going to be the creator. I'm going to be the audience. I'm going to go sit there with all the rest of the Plum fans, and I'm going to get to see Stephanie Plum on the screen. It's going to be great. Originally, I was supposed to do the second in the Wicked series, but I started having so much fun with Smokin' 17 that I didn't want to stop. It was very self-indulgent of me. I wanted to keep going, and so the Wicked Appetite will come out in the spring, and Explosive 18 will be out in November. And it's really a continuation. There are a lot of the same themes in Explosive 18 that there are in Smokin' 17. Oh, that's the question everybody asks all the time, and I'm not entirely telling, of course, but Smokin' 17 is definitely a book that she receives a lot of pressure from her parents and friends to make a decision in that book. And she has a hard time. And we end the book on a little bit of a cliffhanger, which is one of the reasons I'm doing the next book, because I just wanted to keep going with this. So I'm not going to give anything away, but she will be making some decisions. Now, they might not be permanent decisions, so everyone will have to wait and see. There's some of myself in Stephanie. She has a lot of my history, and we think the same a lot of times. Like in the first book, she had a gun in her purse for the first time. She had never carried a gun before. And she was confronted with this very scary guy, and she hit him over the head with her purse instead of pulling the gun out. And that's something I would do. So there's a certain amount of me in Stephanie. There's some of my daughter. My daughter is Stephanie's age, so she keeps me in the right generation. And then some of it is entirely fictional. Stephanie is, Stephanie's a little bit of every woman. There are a lot. There really are a lot. I love writing these books, and I can't wait to get up in the morning and go into the world of Plum. But way back in book 1, I had a scene at the dinner table where Grandma Mazer shot the roast chicken in the gumpy. And I just, I don't often laugh when I write. Sometimes I think I'm pretty darn clever, but I don't often make myself laugh. There was something about that. We have this long-standing tradition in my family of passing the gumpy around. And I'm not going to get into any gumpy details, but everybody can figure out what the gumpy is. Anyway, if you could find yourself with the gumpy on your plate at Thanksgiving dinner, and then you would very sneakily put it on somebody else's plate, and eventually somebody would get it in the mail a week later. So we have this whole gumpy tradition. And Grandma Mazer found Stephanie's gun for the first time and shot the chicken in the gumpy. So I really love that. And I think for my favorite character, it changes from time to time, but I really do especially love Lula. I think Lula is, when I grow up, I want to be Lula. I'm Lula inside. I'm a closet Lula, because like on the outside I'm Ann Taylor, but inside I'm Dolce Gabbana. It's that kind of thing. And Lula is just like, she's just more of everything. I think she's a great character.